Welcome back to Over 360, your go-to spot for straight shooting reviews without the fluff. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share this video to support the team. It really helps us keep the ammo cans full. Now, let me ask you this. What happens when the law finally says yes to the kind of firearms we've only been dreaming about? In 2025, eight incredible guns that once sat behind legal red tape have now landed in the hands of civilian shooters. Some are legends reborn, others are military workhorses finally unleashed, and a few are the kind of jaw-dropping machines that make you grin before you even touch the trigger. In today's countdown, we're ranking these 8 newly approved firearms from number 8 all the way to number 1. Along the way, I'll give you not just the raw specs, but also my honest take, the pros, the cons, and whether the price tag is worth it. Trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because the number 1 spot isn't just a gun, it's a statement piece. So, let's dive in and start this countdown of the 8 badass guns just approved for 2025. At number 8, we have the Colt Python 357 Magnum re-release. Known for decades as the Rolls-Royce of revolvers, the Python first hit the scene in 1955 and quickly became a symbol of craftsmanship and prestige. In 2025, Colt has given it a modern refresh, keeping that timeless design while refining the mechanics for today's shooters. Chambered in 357 Magnum, with the flexibility to also run 38 special loads. This 6-shooter is all about versatility. Performance-wise, the double-action trigger is smooth like butter, while the single-action break is crisp and confidence-inspiring. At 42 ounces, the weight tames recoil beautifully, giving you tight groups at 25 yards and solid accuracy out to 50. It's not about gimmicks or modern features, it's about owning a piece of living history. Priced around $1,500, it's heavier and slower to reload compared to today's polymer pistols. But nothing else feels quite as satisfying as that metallic click when the cylinder locks in. My take? This is the revolver equivalent of a restored muscle car, old soul, modern guts. Sliding into number 7, the FN Scar 17 DMR. This rifle has battlefield pedigree written all over it. From the mountains of Afghanistan to the deserts of Africa, the Scar family has proven itself under the harshest conditions. The DMR variant stretches that DNA into designated marksman territory, chambered in 7.62 NATO with a 20-inch cold hammer forged barrel. It pushes projectiles with consistency past 800 yards, and with match ammo, you're looking at sub-MOA accuracy. The adjustable gas system makes recoil softer than expected, and reliability is rock solid even in filthy conditions. At about 8 pounds unloaded, it isn't the lightest, but the folding stock makes transport easier. Priced around $4,300, it's expensive, but what you're really buying is military pedigree. Compared to rivals like the SR-25, the Scar has an edge in weight savings and battlefield reliability. My take? This rifle is the Swiss Army knife of mid to long-range shooting. Number 6. The Sig Sauer Pre 120 Spectre Comp. The P320 line has already made waves by becoming the U.S. military's choice as the M17. But the Spectre Comp takes things up a notch. Think of it as a factory hot rod, coming loaded with performance upgrades like a built-in compensator, gold tin barrel, optics-ready slide, and laser-engraved grip texture. The compensator does its job, cutting muzzle rise and letting you get back on target fast during rapid fire. The flat-faced trigger breaks around 4.5 pounds, with minimal over-travel, perfect for precision shots. At around $1,200, it's more than a standard P320, but far less than a full custom build. Out of the box, it competes with upgraded Glock 19s and often comes out ahead in terms of readiness. My take? This pistol is like buying a sports car with the turbo already installed, ready to rip right from the factory. At number 5, we move to the Barrett Recton chambered in .308. Say the name Barrett, and most people imagine massive .50 cals, but the Recton proves they can do finesse as well as brute force. It's Barrett's premium take on the AR-10 platform, with a 16-inch chrome-lined barrel that balances velocity and maneuverability. Weighing about 9 pounds, it's steady in both prone and standing positions. Performance-wise, expect one MOA, or better with quality ammo, smooth recoil, and flawless cycling suppressed or unsuppressed. Design features include a free floated MOK handguard and fully ambidextrous controls, making it friendly for left-handed shooters. At $2,500 to $2,800, it competes directly with high-end AR-10s. But with the Barrett badge on the side, it carries weight beyond specs. My take? It's a battle-ready .308 that can also hit steel at 800 yards, proving Barrett's engineering chops are far more than just big bores. Number 4 brings us the CZ Bren 2M carbine. If you want AR performance without the AR label, this is where you look. CZ designed the Bren 2 to be lighter, more adaptable, and more reliable than its predecessor. Chambered in 5.56 NATO with a 16.5-inch barrel, it weighs just under 7 pounds. Accuracy runs around 1.5 MOA, and it eats through mud, sand, and cold weather without hiccups. The non-reciprocating charging handle and ambidextrous controls add real-world usability, and the quick change barrel system opens the door for caliber swaps if you can source the parts. At around $2,000, it sits against mid-tier ARs, but offers European refinement. Compared to the SCAR 16, it's lighter and often cheaper, though it lacks a bit of the SCAR's polish. My take? The Bren 2 is the off-brand sports car that shocks everyone when it keeps up with the big names. Cracking the top 3, the Heckler & Koch SP5 updated for 2025. The MP5 is one of the most iconic subguns in history, cemented in pop culture since the 1980s. The SP5 brings that roller delayed blowback magic to the civilian market, with some modern usability tweaks. Chambered in 9mm with 30-round mags, it's soft shooting, dead-on accurate, and simply fun to run. Dump a mag at 25 yards and you'll keep rounds tight without breaking a sweat. The design is sleek, compact, and instantly recognizable. At $3,200 to $3,500, it's not cheap, but you're buying heritage as much as hardware. Compared to competitors like the B&T APC9, the SP5 wins in smoothness and history. My take? Owning this isn't just about performance, it's about stepping into decades of proven design and carrying a piece of firearm legend. At number 2, we have the FN MU 249S Para. Let's be real, this one is pure grin factor. It's the semi-auto, civilian legal version of the SAW, yes, the belt-fed light machine gun. Chambered in 5.56 NATO, it feeds from belts or standard Stanag magazines. Weighing in at 16 pounds with an 18.5-inch barrel, this is not about MOA precision. It's about volume. The recoil is minimal thanks to sheer mass, and the fun factor is off the charts. At $8,000 to $9,000, it's competing with cars, not rifles. And it's by far the least practical firearm on this list. But practicality isn't the point. The 249S is the monster truck of firearms. You don't buy it because you need it. You buy it because you can. Finally, at number 1, the Barrett Matey 201, also known as the MON 107A1. Now in a civilian-approved configuration for 2025. This is the king of .50 cals, chambered in .50 BMG with a 29-inch barrel, weighing over 32 pounds. Performance? Staggering. Effective beyond a mile, capable of punching through barriers that stop lesser calibers cold. Despite the massive size, the recoil is surprisingly manageable thanks to its muzzle brake and recoil-operated action. Priced between $8,900 and $9,500, it's not just a firearm, it's a statement piece. Compared to other .50s, the Barrett wins in reliability, parts availability, and sheer fame. My take? This is the gun you buy when you want the biggest, baddest toy in the sandbox, the ultimate, because I can rifle. And that wraps up our countdown of the 8 badass guns just approved for 2025. From classic revolvers to belt-fed insanity to the king of 50s, the law just handed shooters a wish list and said, take your pick. Which one would you bring home first? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's get the debate going. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Scoper 360 for more straight shooting reviews. Until next time, stay sharp and keep your eyes on the sights.